All right, today I'm going to answer the question I probably get asked the most. It's definitely the number one question from new people following my page, and that is, how do you prevent people from stealing your rental equipment, and how do you protect yourself in the event that they do? Hi, I'm Emily. I get paid to party. I run a handful of party service businesses out of my house, and I show you guys the behind the scenes of how you too could make hundreds to thousands of dollars a week from home. Okay, so this is by far the most asked question for new people that find my page, and that is, how do you make sure that people do not steal your equipment and that you are protected in the event that they do, or that they break something when they bring it back? This is very simple. I've talked about this a ton. There's 3 steps that seem to really safeguard you here. The first one is that I get a security deposit. So on top of the rental fee, there is a security deposit that is fully refundable when the items are returned in satisfactory condition. Step 2 is that security deposit is paid with a major credit card through my invoicing system on Stripe. So we're not talking Zelle, it's not cash, it's not Venmo. They have to go through Stripe and use a credit card. And that's because Stripe then holds that credit card on file. In the event that they steal from me or break something, I have that credit card to charge. And the third most important part is that you have a signed rental contract. Rental contracts are extremely important for several reasons, because it protects you with all different things that can go wrong with a rental of any kind, and it goes over liability and all of that stuff. But one of the most important pieces in this aspect is also to protect you in the event that someone damages or destroys your items or doesn't bring them back. The contract in mine, it stipulates that I can then keep their security deposit if I need to repair items, or if the security deposit does not cover it, then I'm allowed to access their credit card on file to charge them whatever I need to either repair it or replace it if it's destroyed or it does not come back. This is pretty straightforward. I've done it for over a year, and it really does weed out the people who are looking to steal from you. On occasion, if you're on Marketplace and someone is very excited about renting from you and booking everything, and then you say, I'm going to send you the deposit invoice and the rental contract to sign, and you never hear from them again, you did not want that customer. There's a good chance that's what they had in mind, and they will move on to the next person who does not have these procedures in place. So that's why it's very important. On a side note, my contract is available if you would just want to use my rental contract. It's $8.99 at the link in my bio on my Etsy shop, and it's very thorough if you need a rental contract to get started. Okay, so there was one time I thought I was getting ghosted, and here is how I handled it and the outcome. I had something that was supposed to be returned, a Nerf Force package, by Monday night. That's our deadline. Monday night came and went, and I did not hear from them. I texted them that evening. I proceeded to text them Tuesday in the morning, and then at evening, Wednesday in the morning. By Wednesday evening, I'm like, okay, now they're 2 days late and I'm not hearing anything. I tried to call, it kept going straight to voicemail. So I reached out one more time and I let them know, hey, I'm gonna assume, because I always like to assume and give people the benefit of the doubt, I'm gonna assume there's been a family emergency or something has gone on why you have not been able to return the rental equipment. I do need to hear from you in the next 24 hours though, as to when that equipment will be returned. And side note, I do have a clause in my contract that I can charge $50 a day for late fees. If I don't hear from you and the items aren't back, I am well within my rights within that contract that you signed that I can be charging you $50 a day on your credit card for late fees. I try to not do that in the beginning and jump to conclusions, but I do let them know that. Like, hey, I'm not hearing from you. I'm gonna assume you have an emergency. I do, per our rental contract, I can be charging you $50 a day for a late fee. I would like to avoid that, but I need to hear back from you by tomorrow morning when I can expect the items back. And if you don't, I unfortunately will have to proceed the following way. And that is that I let them know that I have a signed rental contract that they've signed, which is not always enough to scare everybody. But then I let them know that you picked this up at my house, and I have cameras all over my property. So I have the person who picked the item up on camera, picking it up, very clear footage of you picking it up. But I also have very clear footage of your vehicle that outside that picked it up and the license plates. So from here on out, if I do not hear from you within 24 hours, I will be turning all that over to the police. Yes, they've signed a rental contract. It is considered theft of, can't remember the exact term. There is a theft that it is when you take a rental item and do not return it. That is theft. Yes, the police will get involved. I've talked about this before and people were like, they're not going to do anything. Yes, they will. You can have a contract. If you have a signed rental contract and all that info, yes, they absolutely will. And so that's what I let them know, is that I will just hand this all over to the police if I do not hear from you within 24 hours. We do have all of that on camera footage, and that's our next step. We do have to worry about recouping our fees on this. I heard back from them within 30 minutes, and the items were returned by that evening. And they let me know, yeah, we had an emergency, so-and-so was in the hospital. I don't know if that's true or not. Either way, it was effective. And it is in fact true. I do also have cameras all over, and I do have all that footage. But the things that you can do along those lines to protect yourself are seem to work. So that would be my advice. If you're starting a business like this, just put the things in place that protect you. This is not foolproof. Anybody that's ran a rental business will tell you at some point you will get ripped off. It's not if, it is when. But if you're doing a good amount of business and it happens once a year or something, that's the cost of doing business, is how I look at it. But again, I'm not very risk averse, so I'm okay with tolerating a certain amount of risk. All right, let me know any questions you've got.